the science of agriculture, the land, the seeds, and the man.
Agricultural survival.
They have represented me with the worst image. But I know without a doubt that it's because of your lack of knowledge. Foresight, they don't have to see distance. That's why they're living in ignorance. I Chelasway, I say, any country that you...
Hi, I'm your host tonight on What Matters at the Roundtable. Stanley, West McPherson, July the 3rd, 2018. You can call in live. We're on Pegasus, Channel 13, Spectrum, TV, cable, network. Our area code is 607-272-0319. You might have something to say, or you might want to get in on the discussion tonight. But if you missed tonight, you can pick us up on Wednesday night. See? Now we got a whole new schedule. And now our schedule starts off Sunday at 7:30 a.m. or tonight, live, or Wednesday, we're still on at 1:30 p.m., or Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m., or Friday, 7:30 p.m., or Saturday at 1:30 p.m. So your schedule, guess what, can fit around our program. Shout outs. Just to let you know that when we see you rounding about, if you ask us for shout outs or if you want come on the program, hey, you're more than welcome. Let us know, because we know you have something to say or what you're going through. Whatever the case may be, work, we know what's going on with monies. So we're working on that. But I want to give shout outs to my grandbaby, Sunshine. Also, my grandson, Storm. All right? And my grandbaby, she got a birthday coming up, and she's going to be 7 years old. So we want to make sure she have a nice birthday. Also, Sunshine, she's out in Miami. So we hoping that she said she want to see the fireworks, so we hope she have a good time out there. Also, Rosadal S. in New York, New York, and Pimplia in Australia. And also another young lady, Kendra, and she's in New York, New York. So people ask for shout outs, we give it to them. We don't mind, okay? But we're letting you know that, hey, keep doing what you're doing, okay? So don't worry about what people say. They can't live your life. Also here in the studio with me tonight, live, co-host Milton, Webb. Milton, how you doing?
I'm doing, Stan. How you doing?
Good, good, good. We just want to let people know that this is going on to be Independence Day. A lot of people don't know what that means. They don't know that the United States broke away from the colonies, from British, England, all of that crazy. They broke away from them, but now, so the independent is now you. You got to break away, okay, from the nonsense of the government. And that means be independent. Do you, okay? Don't let them do you. They broke away, okay? Now you need to be independent of yourself and stand on your own. And this is what we have to do, because we can't rely on them, and they didn't rely. They broke away from the colonies, from British, from England, everything, okay? Away from Queen Elizabeth and all that, okay? So believe me, you need to have your own independence as well. And we telling you because that's what we are doing. So we want you to do the same. Happy independence.
You know. Sometimes it's not easy to break away, but constantly, if you keep it up, constantly, you'll make it. It's not a question of what people think or what they say. The question is, what do you think? It's not a question of how they look at you, because they're not paying your bills. They're not doing the things that you need done. So do what you need to do. A lot of people say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and they never do it. Because of the simple fact they're following the crowd that's doing all the stuff that they say they're breaking away from. If the United States would have just told England, okay, I'm just going to hang here for a minute, see what you do, we'd be speaking a different language right now today, or maybe 2 or 3. You never can tell. Independence Day means independence. So be independent with yourself. You got to be independent with yourself before you can be independent with anything else. So get down and get with it. Do your thing. It's a good thing sometimes to be independent. Sometimes it's the best thing to be independent.
That's right.
So,
Stand on your own.
you know, get on your own, do your thing. Stop following the crowd.
Right.
They're not independent.
That's right.
They're depending on someone else.
Thank you.
So, hey, do what you got to do.
And that's what they want you to do. They want you to depend on someone else, and we're not going to depend on someone else because, you know what? We need to depend on ourselves. If you say you're going to get something done, guess what? You're going to get it done. Because if they say they're going to get something done and they don't, hey, see, that shows that, you can't depend on them. But look what happened. Let me take you a little way back. Remember when they was putting a bill to vote for immigrants to have some kind of identification so that they could vote? I remember when I heard about it, and they was the Supreme Court said it was unconstitutional. Even some of the federal courts were saying it was unconstitutional. But here's the catch: they used that for immigrants. Now, that was just to get you to vote for that. They would get that on the ballot and get all that. Now they flipping that for U.S. citizens because now they saying you have to get, if you don't have a license, you have to get a non-photo registration. And on the back of it, it got voter's registration and your ID, your picture, just like they had for the immigrant. Okay? So now they're applying it to you. You see, this is what they're doing. That's why I tell you, can't trust the government. You got to be independent because now they're floating this around. And they're doing it through agencies, so you can't challenge it because they don't want you to know who's doing it. We know who's doing it. The government. They all government. I don't care what agency it is. It's all a part of the government. So what they're doing is throwing it through Social Security. They're doing it through all kinds of agencies, okay? A retirement agency, whatever kind of agency they doing it, that's how they trying to get it. So they want to calculate your vote, but also stop your vote because they can say, oh, you ain't registered. Oh, we don't have your picture. Oh, I told you before, the Russians put that man in there because we didn't do it. Now, if he run for a second term, why you think they get coming up with all of this stuff? See? So they could use this. They already on an investigation for the voters' registration and all that other nonsense. It's a scandal. We got them. Yes.
Hello. Is this Stanley in Milton?
That is correct.
Hi.
How you doing?
I was just watching tonight. I happen to be in Ithaca, and I was watching the cable, and I see you two fellas there. And I just like to say I have to agree that independence is a wonderful thing, and it's good for everybody.
That's right.
It's good for one type of person. It's good for all types of people. And what some of us seem to forget is back when this country was founded, that you folk, and I don't mean to be disparaging, but you folks of African-American descent were predominantly used as slaves. And to me, this is a moral question. And something has to be done even now to address that because your labor power was used to create a great amount of wealth in the United States, and it was never paid for. And this is something that has to be brought up to the national conscience and has to be thought about and dealt with, and it has to be talked about, because it really, nobody really thinks about this, but the whole form of this country, in fact, the White House was built by slaves. This is the truth. This is the truth. So I think independence is a great, great thing, but we have to step forward into the new centuries, and independence is for everybody. It's not just for white people or black people or Asian people or Hispanic people. It's for everybody, and we really have to address that. I really believe that.
Yeah, because this country was built on immigrants. That's all of us. We all immigrant. We all migrated from other countries. No one was born here, okay? Until
just the Indians or the native people, yeah.
Exactly. So everybody else came from somewhere. So now this is what we're saying. We all came from other countries, migrated, and here. So we said U.S. is our country. Okay, so if it is, then we all independent of it here, and it shouldn't be no discrimination about that.
Absolutely not. Yes, and opportunity should be available for everybody. But my main concern is capital. This is a capitalist country. Now, all the people who worked in the olden times as slaves never got a chance to get any capital, and it was stolen from them.
Exactly.
It's not addressed in our schools. This is not addressed in our government.
No, listen, they're taking things out of school. They're taking all kind of stuff out, information, learning process, history. They don't want you to know this stuff, okay? They're rendering chaos. You know, it's like anarchy, okay? Because what you say, you can go down for what you say now. So it's not like, oh, well, you can say what you want to say under the Constitution. No, it's not like that no more. They want to come in and want to arrest you because you speaking the truth. So
that's the most important thing, Stanley, the truth.
Exactly. And they don't want to go with that. They threw the Bible in the river somewhere, you know, and you know, I already tell God about, hey, listen, it's people saying that they God, but in the Bible it said when they called themselves a God, they fell backwards dead. Even the people called the king of God, God killed them. So I told him, well, you got people saying that now, you need to be doing something because you did it then, so you need to do it now because you the same God then as you the same God now, and that's Jesus the Christ. So I know, I took the Bible out of the river that they threw it in because they said this was founded on Christianity, but we know that that's not true because if it was, it wouldn't be the commandments, and it wouldn't be the amendments, it would be the commandments we'd be following. But that ain't, you see what I'm saying? But we ain't following that.
I agree. We have that opportunity. And we also have the opportunity to love each other. That is true. That is the most important
Exactly.
thing. That is the most important thing. And that's each and every person and everyone, and even in the world.
Exactly.
It is true.
That's right.
All right. I want to thank you for letting me call in.
Thank you.
I'll let you guys go along. I'm going to be listening.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your input.
And thank you for calling in.
And thank you for calling. And guess what? What you say is profound, and it will go all around the world because that's where we taking it. Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good night and a good Fourth.
Good night. Have a good Fourth. Independent. Okay.
Yeah, Independence Day.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know what independent means.
Exactly.
They don't know what it all details. There were people who came here that were brought here.
Yes.
Beyond against their will and everything else to put this country together. And then all of a sudden you have a handful of slick guys. Hey, we can run this, we can do this, and
right.
this will be ours, and we can have everybody do this here.
Right.
You know, and the whole thing about it is, you know, there was always some group that was doing something, and it was always somebody over them, you know, whether they wanted to do it or not.
Thank you.
So you making these people do things that they don't want to do, but you want them to do them. So you got whips, chains, beat them, whatever, however you want to do it. That's what made this country. And then you got people who want to turn their nose up at you because you don't look like them.
Okay.
Come on. Because if it wasn't for people that was building this country, they wouldn't be nothing.
That's right.
What would this country be if it wasn't for the people that built it? What would it be if it wasn't for the immigrants?
That's right.
All right? And I'm talking all immigrants.
That's right.
Not just some, all. Because a lot of immigrants didn't make it.
Yeah, that's true.
All right? Like some people would say, well, you know, he did this and he did that. But he died for that. He died for this. He died for a reason. He died for a cause. Some of them just killed because they wanted to make a point. So therefore, independence is what you make it.
Yeah.
Independence is who you are. Be independent.
That's right. And then we just want to let you know that we are here working independent for people, okay? This ain't got nothing to do with the government. This ain't got nothing to do with all different groups and members. This ain't got nothing to do. So we independent of what we're doing. We're helping people. God gave us a charge, we're going to do it. And we're giving him a charge to help and give us what we need to do it. That's the charge. So once everything go good, then everything will go right. And then that will be the independent for you. Break away from all of these ties, all this membership, all you know, you got clergy telling you you got to do this, and they beating you in the head with the Bible, and that's not what it says, okay? And then you got people you do one thing and then they do something different, okay? And when they get caught out there, it's no, see, So, and don't forget, you got people that live your life. You need to live your life, and the Bible will be in you. It'll follow you, okay? You will follow it. You ain't got to, but watch people, because people are watching you. And when they watch you, they look for things. Why you do this, why you do that. That's not none of their business why you do it, okay? Listen, only one person going to judge you, and that's the man upstairs, Jesus the Christ. Hey, he's going to judge everybody, okay? So just get ready for it. But until then, do you. I ain't going to tell you what to do, but if he cut, because he's going to speak to you and tell you, you don't do it. And then if he tell you, don't do it, don't do it. But until then, you on your own.
Oh, yes. Okay?
My job is just to make sure that as you walk in, that you live, you get supplies, you got money, you ain't in poverty. Anything else, it's on you. We're just trying to get you out of poverty, because we are getting out of poverty. We know how it is. We lived in poverty. We was in poverty our life. Poverty, no. And they trying to keep us there, and we're getting out of that. And we're trying to get you out of it too. Point blank. That's the basic. That's what we're here for, a living wage.
When we make a living wage, when you make a living wage, when everybody makes a living wage, there will be no more poverty.
That's right.
There will be no more what? Now all of a sudden, these people that are trying to put their thumb on you have to move that thumb out the way, because now you can move next door to them. But this is what they're trying to prevent. They're trying to prevent you from having. They're trying to prevent you from doing. They're trying to prevent you from going. So therefore, when you come up out of poverty and you're able to go to that store and buy what you want, you're able to go on that vacation into another country, to another state, you're able to do that. They don't like that, because now who are they going to tell what to do? It's not you. There's nobody in poverty. There's nobody to do. So that means everybody got to do their part. There's a lot of people that's not doing their part. Right. And then the ones that are doing their part are doing a little more than their part, because somebody's catching them, and the first thing they're saying is, that's corruption. All right? Corruption goes with poverty, because they're trying to keep people in poverty down, so they're stealing from you. And once they steal from you, you don't have. Right. They got yours. But the thing about this is, somebody's blowing the whistle on these people that are trying to keep you down. for a fact, you know, you got people in the housing industry, all right, trying to keep you down. Up in office, up in the big office, sitting behind the governor, sitting with the governor, talking with the governor.
Yeah.
Now, if these people are trying to keep you down and they're with him, don't you think he know about this?
Thank you. You know all about it.
Don't you think there's something going on? How is it that, you know, he's going to put out this investigation on corruption, but when they go to investigate him, he closes it down?
Yeah.
We didn't forget that.
Right.
Okay? So his number 1 guy, his number 3 guy, looking at jail time. Number 2 guy was smart. He quit.
Right.
Okay? So you got to sit there and look at all of this. Independence means a lot of things. Gives you a lot of knowledge. Check it out. Read what it is.
Right.
Look into these things. Because they're sitting up there talking about this man wants to do another term. Ask yourself a question.
Right.
And so a lot of y'all like the governor. And there's a lot of y'all that don't like the governor. But the ones of y'all that like the governor, ask yourself a question. How long is it going to be before he steps on your toes and all of a sudden you're in poverty? Ask yourself that question, because it's coming.
Here's the thing, what they do is when they crack down on a company or they go against somebody for discrimination or whatever the case may be, when the people bring the suit, it gets lost somewhere mixed in the shuffle or whatever, or it doesn't come out the way they want it. But soon as the government do the suit for the people's behalf or because of what they got, when they do the suit after they get the money, they don't give the money to the people that initiate the suit. They put the money in the state, and the people don't get nothing. And a couple of cases already happened like that. I was listening to that. That already happened. The people who initiated the suit ain't get a dime, but the state got all the money because they've definitely sued the people or the company for crazy money. And guess what? The people never got the money that started, that initiated, that they did the investigation for. The state got the money, put it in their pocket, put it in their revenue, and guess what? Oh, well, we cracked that. No, you didn't. All you did was went from one corrupt company to another corrupt agency because the people didn't get that money, okay, that initiated that they was robbing the money from.
So if they're not getting the money and they're throwing it into the state,
exactly,
the people are still in the same position
That's
that
right.
they was when they took the money
That's
from
right.
them in the first
That's
place.
right.
All right? And now the people can't do nothing because the state got the money, and the state ain't going to give you a dime. You can believe that.
They just switch hands.
They just switch it hands.
That's all they did.
All right? So we're going to take this from our pocket and put it over here in your pocket. But then again, you know, I need this much money over here, so can you put this over here? But the people that started the thing, like Stanley said, ain't getting nothing. They're still in the same position that they're in. So who's helping them?
That's it. But our time is up. But guess what? Have a happy independence, and we here is helping you. And this is why we come here, and this is why we have every Tuesday night live, because this is what we do. We get to the bottom of this, because we already told you, there's no more talking. We're not talking no more. Next thing you see, you're going to see action. That's what we do. We act. We tell that to God all the time. That's what he say faith is. It says works without faith is dead. But also it says what? Faith without works is dead. So, hey, what we doing? We're working for you. Have a good one. Enjoy and be independent. Good night.
Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know, see from what year, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say, global recession so food, Africa in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. revolution, in peace pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Ghetto youths, take this message from this Rastaman. I and I. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what year, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food happy in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no sign.
I'm your host on What Matters at the Roundtable, Stanley McPherson. Not a minimum wage, not any other kind of wage, but a living wage. Our broadcast schedules are Sunday at 7:30 a.m.